welcome to day 19 of my 30-day chart challenge, where basically during the month of July, I'm choosing a ticker, and every single day I'm putting out a video of my breakdown of that ticker. Some of these tickers I've, you know, evaluated before, and some of them I have not. But what I'm going to be looking at for day 19 is Cisco Systems. I don't think I've ever really done a top down on this one before, so this one will be new. If you guys have any tickers that you'd like for me to check out, feel free to send them my way, um, and I'm happy to do the same for you. Um, my name is Lance. I'm co-founder of BH Capital Enterprises, and what I do in my business is I teach people how to navigate markets using price action and more specifically charts. So let's go ahead and jump into this Cisco yearly chart. So that means that every candlestick you see represents 1 year of price action. But what I'm seeing is that there's a nice bottom down here in this mid-teens range. Um, so I'm just going to go ahead and mark that area, just kind of, relatively, but seeing some support historically down here in the low 18s area. So I'm just going to mark that as my historical support. All right, do my thing here. Historical support yearly. Make sure I put that. Okay, so historical support yearly. Um, Pretty much between this historical support yearly, so about 18 and up to maybe about 27. That thing just has a history of consolidating on this yearly chart. But nice transition from phase one into phase two for several years. And then looks like here recently, over the past 3 years, it's entered into another consolidation phase of the market cycle. So that's something that I would for sure keep my eye on. Um, the difference with this year is that price um, is the price has been pretty much bullish for the entire year. Not a whole lot of struggling in terms of beating or yeah, beating last year's prices. Um, there's a possibility. So based on this current pattern that I'm seeing here on the yearly chart for 2022, I would look for confirmation. You know what I'm saying? So, but we still have to wait to see how 2021 shapes up. Um, See if this thing can close right around or above 58 this year. Um, well, at least above 54, 55. Even better if this thing can close above 58 this year, in my opinion. Better chance for this thing to be bullish heading into next year as well. Um, I'm not going to necessarily mark last year's opening price. Well, yes, I will. I will. So this will be what was 2020 open, 4806. So we'll mark that and call it 2020 open. Okay. So we got 2020 open price. I forgot to do the 4806, the exact price. There we go, 4806. All right. So for this year, definitely watch to see if that price can hold above 2020's opening price. And like I said, even better if it could close above 55 into 58. So the higher it closes, the better, the stronger that possibility is. But like I said, for the rest of this year, be watching that 55 to $58 range. And I'm just going to draw I'm just going to write a text note there. Okay, we'll just activate this a little bit, move it down a little. And so yeah, that's pretty much it, when it comes to the yearly chart. Just so I can, get a visual of that sentiment here. Um, this is an area that I watch. And just so I can make the distinction, I'm just going to make this a different color. So watch the price here at this level. As you can see, it's been holding pretty strong for the most part above this trend line over the past several years. So like I said, maybe the price has transitioned into another consolidation phase of the market cycle, in which case over the next couple of years we should see, or we would see, the price just kind of flatline or continue to flatline and just move horizontally right past this trend line. However, if that's not the case, then this trend line can, if bullish, this trend line should continue to hold. If bearish, then this trend line may possibly break over the next, couple of years. So um, now that is it when it comes to the yearly chart. And let's move on to the monthly chart and see what's happening there. Monthly chart, let me take these studies off of here just so it can look a little clearer. But you can see on the monthly chart how that trend line is, basically held. Looks like we have kind of a double bottom situation happening here on the monthly chart, um, at which, this thing could go up to, 58, or maybe even slightly past that. So let's see. Let's do a bullish target of around 60, I would say. No, not 60. That math is jacked. 70, I mean. So let's do and this is just an estimate if this thing remains bullish on this monthly chart, and if this is indeed the bullish pattern that I talked about, then, so let's make this double and we'll go orange. There we go. Wait, let me make sure I indicate that this is the monthly chart. Do some abbreviation. Okay, there we go. Double bottom potential monthly. Um, but like I said, we're watching that 55 to 58 area. It tends to turn down when it gets there. So, you got to keep that in mind. And I'm going to remove this and I'm going to notate supply area right here in this range as well. Actually, I'm just going to do a rectangle here. I'm just going to call this one historical supply. slightly bigger. Take that text arrow off, and there we go. So historical supply zone, and as you can see, it has moved inside of that zone. So, look for confirmation that, hey, this thing, is going to move upward toward the upper end of that zone and possibly break out, or if this thing is going to consolidate inside here. Either that, or, it could head back down toward that 2020 opening price. But either way, keep an eye on this area first before you focus on this upside target here, based on this monthly chart. Keep in mind it's the monthly chart. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it on this monthly chart. Take my screenshot, and we're gonna move on and see how this weekly chart is looking. Weekly chart, we're seeing. Let's see. Okay, here's what I'm seeing on the weekly chart. All right, so this is typically a bearish pattern. Typically. Um, but the price doesn't always necessarily break all the way down from this pattern. So that's something to keep in mind as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this thing out to see where we may get some possible resolution. So we should know something by the end of August. If this thing breaks out here, it can certainly head back down to this trend line possibly. However, let's see. Actually, I'm going to put a price level there. We're going to call this one. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. And this, in my opinion, would represent kind of the downside of the range that's possible if this thing breaks down. I'd say anywhere between 46 and 43. Okay, rise on, let's break down weekly. Keep it like that. Make it orange. Double the size on that thing. And there we go. And then and we're gonna move this up. Price access. See if it'll let me go 30% up. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, with a breakout of this pattern, then it has that potential to get up to toward that double bottom potential monthly target. So I'm not even going to necessarily mark that. I'm just gonna put a note here, actually. Okay. white, a little bit larger. There we go. Okay, so there we go with the weekly chart. Um, let's take a quick look at the daily chart and see if we see any developments there. Um, and I don't necessarily. Pretty much seeing, the same projection potential as far as when this breakout should happen or the latest date that this breakout, could possibly happen. Um, let's throw on the 50 and the 200 to see where it's trading in relation to those moving averages. And as you can see, the price is pretty much sitting right near, just slightly above that 50-day moving average. As you can see, it's been holding there for the most part, but definitely consolidating here as of late. So we're watching to see if this 50 continues to hold, which as you can see, that 50 is right there lined up with the lower trend line of this pattern. So if this breaks, then we're looking at that low 52s. And then if that breaks, then we're looking probably for a move toward 50 and maybe even lower. So that's that's pretty much it when it comes to Cisco. That's all I'm seeing right now. Of course, like I said, I like to give a bullish case or a bullish scenario, a consolidation scenario, and also a bear scenario at minimum. So we'll see over time which one of these scenarios plays out, or if any of them play out at all. It's definitely possible that all of them be completely wrong. You know what I'm saying? But uh, thanks for watching. Thanks for kicking it with me, y'all. And I hope to catch you guys in the next episode of Market Markup. Not sure what ticker I'll be doing on the next episode, but if you guys would like for me to check out any ticker, hit me in the comment box. I'll catch you in the next episode. Thanks, y'all.